This is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and I guess if you may recall from, of course, my video that I posted yesterday, looks like November is officially behind us, and we're now officially in December as of now. So yeah, guess that pretty much means Christmas is coming up as of now, and boy, it looks like we've got a lot going on as of now. So yeah, I guess if anything, I've got a lot prepped up for sure to really get myself in for, of course, this holiday season for sure. So yeah, and of course, from the looks of it, December might actually be my busy month for me when it comes to, of course, stuff in general, and of course, stuff revolving around my online career in a nutshell for sure. And trust me, I've got a lot going on as of now, so this is something that you can pretty much bear with me on that for sure. So, but anyways, seeing how we're now in December as of now, yeah, it's kind of funny for me to mention this. I think I'm pretty much long since overdue to check this movie out. It's been out for quite some time now. So, but hey, better late than never, I guess. So yeah, I guess with that being said, for today's movie we're going to be officially talking about here today, well, I guess it has been a while since we've actually dabbled into this company for sure, so I think it's about time that we return to, of course, the good old folks at Disney as of now. So yeah, honestly, I guess if anything, I guess it is quite amazing that I definitely do talk about something Disney related for sure, and luckily enough, as it is a tradition for sure, looks like we're in for pretty much their latest animated feature film that just came out for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, since after what we've been through with, of course, pretty much anything else Disney has actually done, including some of the stuff they've been putting out for this year for sure, I think it's about time that we return to pretty much another good old-fashioned Disney animated feature film for sure. So yeah. And of course, you know me, I always look forward to a brand new animated Disney movie every single year for sure. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. So I kind of figure for today's movie we're going to be talking about here today, looks like we're in for, of course, another animated Disney movie for sure. But believe it or not, it is, of course, a sequel that came by so fast out of nowhere to pretty much a well-loved anime feature they have released 8 years ago for sure. I can't believe it's been that long for sure, but I guess it looks like that's exactly what we're talking about here today for sure. So yeah, I guess with that being said, if you know exactly what I'm talking about, I think it's about time that we pretty much hop into our boat and sail off for another adventure as we talk about the latest animated feature film from Disney that just came out not too long ago, which is none other than Moana 2. So yeah, that's of course what I'm going to be talking about here today. Not only is this the latest movie that just came out for sure, hence why it is of course the latest animated feature film that Disney has put out very recently, but it is also a sequel to their animated feature film from 2016, which is of course Moana. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, that'll do it. Alright then, so before I could go ahead and talk about this sequel, I think it makes sense for me to give off my thoughts on, of course, the first Moana movie that came out. So, I mean, I guess in all honesty, if you were to ask me, I actually really do like the first Moana movie when it first came out for sure. I guess if anything, pretty much looking back when it came out back in 2016, yeah, I do like the film for what it is, but I guess in terms of which one of, I guess seeing how it came out around the same year as Zootopia, I I do kind of prefer the latter a whole lot more because of what he actually provided hands down, while of course for the sake of Moana, it's pretty much what we expect from any other Disney movie that I know of past and present for sure. But I'm not saying it's bad by all means. Like I said, I really enjoyed it for sure. I thought the story was actually pretty neat. I really do love the characters. The animation is gorgeous, and even the songs, I have to say, are actually really nice. Yeah, and really fun to listen to as well for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I can't necessarily say it's probably, I think, on pretty much on the same level as Zootopia, but I really do enjoy the first Moana movie for what it is for sure. I definitely do think it is a really well done movie by all means, and I really enjoyed every minute of it hands down. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for the first Moana movie for sure. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you do so. It is definitely a really fun movie to watch for sure. So yeah, and I guess if anything, since after seeing that, when I heard the news that they were actually going to be doing a sequel to, of course, this movie, honestly, I was really quite surprised. Pretty much given to the announcement for sure, because it just happened so fast and actually came right out of nowhere for sure. Yeah, I'm not joking. They literally announced this sequel like pretty fast for sure. Quite frankly, going all the way back to earlier this year when they confirmed that during this year's Super Bowl game for sure. So yeah. I guess if anything, I was really quite surprised when I actually heard the news hands down, so. And I guess part of the reason why is that they did originally wanted to release this as, of course, a full-on series on Disney Plus for sure, to which, to be honest, I think that would have been interesting to see that happen, and I am beginning to question, why change that? Why go from, of course, a full-on animated series on Disney Plus to actually a full-on sequel to the first movie pretty fast for sure? So yeah, I guess if anything, I was really quite surprised when I actually heard the news, and I was a little worried. Of course, given to the announcement first, but I do have strong hopes, and I do hope it'll actually be good and actually provide something that I can really admire for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much my biggest hope going into this movie for sure. And seeing how I did get out of course, rewatching the first film some time ago, I'd be quite curious to see on how they're going to pull this one off for sure. So luckily enough, I did manage to get myself in to officially go and see this movie for sure. All thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas, as always. You guys rock. So, and yeah, no joke, around the time I got into, of course, see this movie, it was massively packed for sure, with tons of people that are at that same movie theater, not only to see this movie that I just saw, but also to see Wicked as well, which, yeah, I guess if anything, yeah, I did talk about it in, of course, the previous Thoughts video that I did, or a couple of Thoughts videos that I did some time ago, and still a great movie, by the way, would definitely love to see it again, and, but yeah, I guess it was mainly for those two movies, plus, maybe I guess a few others they wanted to have, that they wanted to, show around the same time for sure. So yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So, but yeah, regardless, I did manage to get myself in and bought my ticket to go and see it, though I guess thanks to the free tickets that I actually got for my birthday, I did manage to use one of them to get myself in, which was really nice. And let's not forget to mention, pretty much when I got to the concession stand to order my popcorn and stuff, they ran out of water bottles for sure. But luckily, they were kind enough to get me some water in this really nice Pepsi-themed cup for sure. And I am saying that because if I don't know if you can, yeah, I don't know if you can see properly. Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, you can pretty much hopefully I think with what I'm showing, yeah, there is water in there for sure, and I guess another thing I should mention, this video is not sponsored by Pepsi, just to be clear, so. But yeah, regardless on that, and despite some massive setbacks, hands down, I did manage to finally get myself in just in the nick of time to finally go and see this movie for sure. And yeah, around the time I got into the theater, just in time to see this movie, yeah, quite frankly, yeah, they were just finishing up showing the trailers around that time for sure. So yeah. I guess it was pretty much a last minute hands down, so yeah, but I did manage to get myself in to go and see this movie just in the nick of time for sure, and well, now that I've officially got out of course, seeing it, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got out of seeing it? Well, I guess to be honest, I can't necessarily say this movie is great, but it's not terrible either. I definitely do think it's alright for the most part. So yeah, I don't really think it's actually great nor terrible, but I do think it's an okay sequel for what it is, and it is kind of passable for sure. And this movie is literally the definition of the word passable for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and honestly, to me, I really do like the idea on what they were going for with the story, and of course, this movie, hands down. I think literally on paper, it actually does have some really nice and unique ideas, and I really do think the movie actually really does showcase on what it's actually wanting to do, while picking up, of course, where the first film left off, hands down, for sure, So yeah, on paper, I really do think the story for this is actually quite nice, and I'm really glad they did utilize it quite well in this movie. But I guess if anything, I do kind of felt execution-wise, I think it could have been properly done much better with much better execution by far, because yeah, there are a lot of stuff that clearly doesn't add up in certain parts of the movie that I couldn't actually get behind for sure. But it's not all bad by all means. A few good chunks of course, this movie from its story, I really do think worked quite well to me. And yeah, I do follow through on some parts that have been going on, hands down, So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the story for sure. Now as for the writing, I have to say, yeah, I guess that too. Yeah, like I said, I think writing-wise, I really do like what they were trying to craft for sure. But like I said, on paper, it actually does work. But it could have been much better with some proper execution. Hands down, that I do think actually makes sense. Hands down, and let's not forget to mention a few stuff they added in. Do kind of feel rushed in a good chunk of areas for sure. Like one part actually goes by so fast, hands down, that I really don't think there's a lot of time to really take the time to breathe or establish everything that goes on for sure. So yeah, maybe I think with a few tweaks here and there with its writing, I really do think it could have been a whole lot better, to be honest, and I really do think it could have been a whole lot better, hands down, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the writing, I have to say. Now, as for the comedy, I have to say, Well, that too, I will have to say, is actually not that bad. So yeah, I guess if anything, most of the jokes I have to say, I really, some of them I just don't think actually work quite well, while others I just thought were okay. But a few other ones that did get a huge laugh from, of course, me, and I'll admit I did snicker a bit at the jokes, and it did have a good chunk of the people in the theater laughing for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really do think the comedy in this film is actually nicely done, and I think every once in a while it actually does have some good jokes, hands down. So yeah, I guess if anything, I guess it is one of the saving graces of course, this movie that I really do think worked quite well to its advantage for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, that's pretty much what I can say for the story, the writing, and of course the comedy for sure. Yeah, again, some of them I do think actually work quite well, but I think maybe with much better execution, hands down, I think it could still be a fantastic, hands down. It could be something I could really follow through, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I've got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to talk about, which are for starters is, of course, the characters, and well, I guess I will have to say, again, as one thing I really do admire the most about this movie is that I really do like, pretty much of anything, looking back on the first film, I really do like what they've actually done with the characters, hands down. I really do find myself really hooked on with, of course, each and every single one of them that I can literally get behind for sure. So yeah, and for the sake of this movie, I think it is most certainly the case for sure. Yeah, I will admit some of them I do kind of felt are a little unnecessary. Yeah, a little unnecessary to, of course, this movie. But the rest, I have to say, especially our main leads, I really do think they have gained some pretty good development. I really do love on how much they've actually grown since after the first movie, hands down. And I really do love the way they actually turned out to really make them likable and interesting, hands down. So yeah. I guess it's pretty much what I can say for the characters, hands down. Yeah, I guess they're not really as strong and compelling as, of course, the first film, but I really do love their growth, hands down, that I can really admire for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the characters for sure. Now, as for the actors that came on board to play all these characters, I'll admit, I really do think they pulled off some pretty good performances, in my opinion, that I really do think work quite well to the film's advantage for sure. So yeah, I can't necessarily say pretty much would be Oscar-worthy, hands down, but I really do admire on what they actually did for, of course, for the characters for sure, and the actors did pull off some pretty good performances, in my opinion. Not great for sure, but I really do love on what they've actually done for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much in the long run, that's pretty much what I could say for the characters and the actors, and of course this movie for sure. I really do think the characters have grown a bit, despite some of them I just kind of felt are not necessary to this movie. While the actors, I will have to say, I really did think they pull off some good performances, in my opinion. Not great, but I still think they are pretty good nonetheless. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so yeah, now that I've got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot for sure, and I guess seeing how this is an animated Disney movie for sure, we should definitely talk about the animation, hands out, and if there's one thing I do love about the first movie, I really do love on what they did with the animation, hands down, because of how incredible it is and how gorgeous it looks to make this movie look great. And I'm really glad this is carried over, of course, this film, hands down. I really do admire on how well they actually did with the animation, for sure. Not only the way the characters are designed, for sure, to even the nice sense of coloring, texture they decide to throw in, to, of course, this one to really make this look great. And even most of the visuals and the effects, I will have to say, really do blend in quite well with what I've actually seen by far. And even yeah, and everything else that I can say about this movie through its animation, I really do admire, of course, what they actually did, for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much in the long run, I really do love on what they actually did with the animation, for sure. I guess it is the one thing that I really do love in the first film, and of course, it is carried over in, of course, this movie as well. I really love the way they actually turned out, for sure, and it is something I can really get behind, for sure. I love the way this film really did an incredible job with its animation, for sure, and even parts of the world building, despite most of it taking place on the ocean. So yeah. Despite all that, I really do love on what they did with its world building, for sure, with it mostly taking place out in the ocean, and I really do love the nice otherworldly elements they decide to incorporate in to really make this pretty much really making something that I can really admire, hands down. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Now, as for the music and the songs, I will have to say, honestly, to me, I think given to what I've actually seen, I mean, if anything, it's not really as great as, of course, the first film, hands down, but it's not terrible either, hands down. Yeah, I think pretty much of anything, I do kind of felt it would almost be a little bit of a rehash of course, most of the songs that we've got in, of course, the first film, which I guess it was kind of expected, hands down. And like I said, they're not great, but they're not terrible either, for sure. So yeah. I guess if anything, seeing how, based on my knowledge, they're actually done by the same composers who have actually crafted the unofficial Bridgerton musical. Yeah, I do applaud their effort, but they couldn't actually pretty much beat out Lin-Manuel Miranda, so yeah, I guess if anything, they're trying to be like Lin-Manuel Miranda, but they don't know how to be Lin-Manuel Miranda for sure, So yeah, I guess if anything, it's pretty much what I can say for the music and the songs, of course, of this movie. Now, as for the direction in this film by the film's directors, well, again, they're not all bad, for sure, but they're not great either. I really do think some parts of it I do think are directed quite well, but other times I guess I kind of felt they're a little off in some areas that I really do think they could use a bit more work on to really make this movie look great, for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front. Now, for the cinematography, I will have to say, honestly, to me, I really do admire on what they did with the cinematography, for sure. I think they really did a nice job with, of course, providing some really incredible camera shots, for sure, to really make this movie look great. And I really love on what they actually did. I can really admire everything through some nice camera shots, for sure. And they did a fantastic job on that. And of course, the editing, I have to say, I will have to say, it is, of course, caught up fine from what I can gather. Nothing, anything that spectacular, in my opinion, for sure. So yeah. And, of course, the pacing, I will have to say, to go alongside the last thing I've mentioned, I will admit it's not all bad, but I do kind of felt pretty much a good chunk of the film's pacing, I will have to say, do kind of feels rushed in a good chunk of areas. Like, yeah, I guess if anything, given for pretty much pretty much all the way this movie was actually going for hands down. I do kind of felt it was way too rushed in some areas for sure, and I do kind of felt they could have added a whole lot of breathing room, hands down, to really slow things down for us to catch our breath for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say when it comes to the film's pacing for sure. So yeah, I guess give it to everything that I've actually said. I think it will actually show on what I actually thought of this movie in a nutshell for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie. So yeah, overall, Moana 2, I can't necessarily say it's actually great by all means, but it's not terrible either. I think it is pretty much your basic paint-by-numbers sequel that we would pretty much get hands down, and I do think it is most certainly the case of course, this movie hands down for sure. So yeah, I guess I'd give it to all that. I will have to say, I really do like the ideas they decide to go for, and this movie really wanted to do everything in its power to actually make it look good for sure, and I do applaud, of course, what they were actually trying to go for, hands down. But I do kind of felt some parts of it were way too rushed to really not give us anything that would be great for sure, and yeah, maybe I think with a few more tweaking here and there, I think we could have got something a little bit more spectacular, in my opinion, to really make this look great, hands down for sure. But like I said, it's not all bad by all means, because again, I really do like, of course, what they were actually going for, and it does have some nice ideas, and maybe with, of course, much better execution, I think we would have gotten something a whole lot more spectacular, hands down. I dare even say I would have actually enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed the first Moana movie, hands down. But for what it is, I definitely do think this film is alright for the most part, and I guess if anything, give it to some of the good ideas they decided to go for. It's kind of passable to say the least, so yeah. Like I said, I can't necessarily say this movie is great, but it's not terrible either. I definitely do think it's an alright basic paint-by-numbers sequel that we would expect, hands down, and I think it's pretty much what we got with, of course, this movie in a nutshell for sure, so. But yeah, I guess if anything, if it is something that you might be actually in for, hands down, then by all means, I guess it is kind of sort of the little bit of a recommendation that I can actually give, because yeah, I guess it is a harmless waste of time for sure, but for me, I think I'm probably going to stick to, of course, the first Moana movie, hands down, for sure, so yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, and I guess because of that, yeah, I guess I'll be fair on, of course, this one. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10 as my final score. Like I said, I can't necessarily say it's great, but it's not terrible either, for sure. I definitely do think it's your basic paint-by-numbers sequel that we would normally expect, and it actually gave me an okay movie nonetheless, for sure, so yeah, I guess give it to all that. I think it's pretty much what I can say about this movie in a nutshell, for sure. I mean, it's, it's not like something related to Moana will actually pop up that will make things a whole lot worse, hands down, than what we got in this movie. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that's actually happening. Oh boy. I mean, I guess pretty much a sequel to this movie is fair enough, but to do a live-action remake on that we're going to be getting a couple of years, yeah, I don't have much high hopes, of course, that one. Whew. But yeah, I I guess regardless of that, it's pretty much what I can say about this movie for now at least, so yeah. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie for sure, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Moana 2? If you've actually seen it for yourself, do you absolutely really enjoy it and think it's a really good sequel to, of course, the first movie, or do you absolutely hate it and think the original Moana is fine as it is? Or are you like me and you think it's okay for the most part? Not great, not terrible, but still kind of passable to say the least, So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I would love to know on what you guys think of this, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and well, we've actually got a lot going on for, of course, this month, right before this year ends for sure, so I'll be sure to keep you guys updated on, of course, where we'll go from there for sure, so I guess seeing how I finally got this movie out of the way, I can now finally focus on, of course, pretty much some of the new releases that we're going to be getting for this month. And oh yeah, even planning on, of course, going to see Wicked again anytime soon. That'll be interesting to see on where we'll go from there, so yeah, but I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.